Okay, so here's another figure from Martini's book, and what do you notice? Well, just looking at the names themselves, we did break down a lot of these names when we talked about classifying muscles just by their name before. And in fact, let's go to Top Hat. Okay, so everyone get logged in. So again, this type of question won't appear in the main exam, but if you're answering this type of question during our live questions, click within the yellow box. Like there's a lot, the muscles are bigger than those yellow boxes, but click on the one that correctly identifies, in this case, the orbicularis oculi. Okay, let's see how everyone did. So most of you clicked there and most of you are correct. Again, orbicularis referring to that round shape, right? And then this is their mouth, right? So which means mouth and which means eye? So oculi, does that mean mouth or does that mean eye? Well, remember, with a monocle, you'll have one lens. A binocular, you have two lenses. So oculo refers to your eye, and oris, oral, refers to your mouth. So again, most of you did get that correct. Next question. Now click on the yellow square highlighting the zygomaticus major. Here's a hint. What's your zygomatic bone? Okay, let's see how everyone did. So most of you clicked that spot right here, and most of you are correct. Yeah, so remember your zygomatic bones? These are the ones that form the points of your cheekbones, right? So where do you find the cheekbones? Right here. They're right here. So you do have the zygomatic. I only had one of the zygomatic muscles highlighted, so that kind of helped that. So remember, these zygomatic major and minor, they attach to that zygomatic bone right here. Now, one of my favorite muscles, the sternocleidomastoid. We did spend a bunch of time on this. Long name, intimidating at first, but we did cover how to break it down. Hint, they all refer to some sort of bones or bony projections. And because it's so long, a lot of times people abbreviate just SCM. Full name tells you a lot of information. All right, let's see how everybody did. Most of you clicked over here, and most of you are correct. Again, the sternocleidomastoid, your sternum over here. Cleido, that alternate name for your clavicle. And the mastoid process, again, you can feel that mastoid process behind each ear. So again, that's the sternocleidomastoid. And one more before we continue. Or actually, two more. So click on the yellow square highlighting the levator labii superioris. So hey, levator, that sounds like elevate, right? And superioris, that sounds like a direction. And if you remember from the last lecture, labia refers to lips. Do you see a superior muscle, a muscle that's superior to the lips, and that would probably elevate the lips? All right, let's see how everyone did. Okay, so lots of you clicked that, and most of you are correct. So this is the levator labii superioris. I see, or in the next question, you can tell me what's going on. But okay, identify the muscle highlighted in blue. This will be the last for this current series. Oh, great. Yeah, and I think it's a lot better than when I used to just like go through the muscles. So try to test your knowledge. Okay, lock in those answers. All right, let's see what most of you said. Most of you said depressor labii inferioris, and most of you are correct. Again, this is why I really try to drive home that rule of, or that semi-rule of opposites. Again, compared to the levator labii superioris, what is this one? It's inferior to your lips, so inferior, so you have labii inferioris. But what is it going to do? Is it going to push your lip up, or is it going to bring it down? Again, remember, individual muscles, they pull, they don't push, right? So what is it going to do? It's going to draw it down. It's going to depress that lip. So that's why it's like, I mean, you don't even need to know where it is to kind of like make a good guess. If you know the other ones, you get kind of 2 for 1 just by based on those the anatomical terminology. All right, so let's go back to the presentation. So yeah, there's a lot more muscles than this, but again, this is why I make a big deal about the terminology. Not only is it because I love languages, but again, if you have a lot of this huge vocabulary of anatomical terminology, you can knock off a bunch of terms. Okay, so again, all of these, like, look at all these muscles. All these can be found in that previous picture. And look, you can find a lot of information from the names of those muscles. And in fact, let's highlight all the information we can get just from names. And all of these muscles have some sort of information in their name. Now, when you take this out of the equation, what are you left? There are more muscles, but notice that if you kind of know all those terms, you knocked off a huge chunk of it. Now all you have to know is procerus and the platysma, cut and reflected in this. So again, it is trying to save you time, especially if you're only starting to study now for whatever reason. But classifying muscles does kind of help.